We know how the House of Commons right now is. There's NDP and there's Liberals coming together. So what is the role of the Liberals?
Yeah, so Justin Trudeau, you got to remember, like he comes from like his brother Alexandre Trudeau used to work for Press TV, which is the Islamic Republic of Iran's English language propaganda channel. It was banned in the UK because they were caught airing the forced confessions of tortured political prisoners on air. So you'd have guys who would be like gaunt looking with bruises on their face, being like, "I'm sorry, I blasphemed against the regime. The West is evil," and they'd be broadcasting this. Like that's right. So this is where Alexandre Trudeau, who's now an advisor to Justin Trudeau, used to work. We know the Islamic Republic of Iran funds Palestinian Islamic Jihad and Hamas and Hezbollah. So is there a part of Trudeau that, you break down Trudeau's ideology? Who does he have more love for? The ally of Canada, Israel, and the Jewish people? Or does he have more of an alliance to terrorist organizations? And I think his heart leans more towards terrorism. And I think you've seen this in everything he said, right? ISIS fighters can be a powerful voice for de-radicalization. He believes this. He believes that terrorism is created by conservative, right of center people in the West. Stephen Harper is mean. George Bush is mean. They are Islamophobic and they are racist. The racism then leads to terrorism, which is a natural reaction to colonialism and racism. I, being a good person and not racist, will give them a hug, and that will de-radicalize them and make it all better. The Obama Cairo speech circa 2009. It hasn't worked, isn't true, doesn't track, but like many things, isn't criticized and shamed. So there's no real pushback from our society on this mentality. You can get away with it. You have the media in your pocket, so you can continue to believe this because Justin Trudeau doesn't suffer the consequences of his actions. The Canadian people do. So what do the Liberals get out of this? They water it down so nothing really happens. So they kind of stave off the fury of the general Jewish community indefinitely. But they do vote yes to an anti-Israel motion, which they know, again, it's simple math, electoral math. In Canada now, primarily due to liberal immigration policies and mass migration in the last few years, there are now far more anti-Semites in Canada than there are Jews. And everyone gets one vote. So many non-Jews who even are pro-Israel probably aren't going to purely vote or throw their vote away on Israel. Like there are a few people, I can name like Donna Holbrook from, Christian Embassy in Jerusalem. Like, okay, these people, but they weren't voting liberal to begin with. In the terms of people who will throw away, if you engage in anti-Semitism, the amount of people who say, I will never vote for you again, is less than the amount of people say they're engaging in active anti-Semitism, I will vote for them because they are anti-Semitic. And that's the type of country we are now, where we have more people. If you get up and you say like the Jews are filth, they need to be exiled, yada yada yada, bloodthirsty, blood-sucking, greedy, blah 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 blah. You do a different party, you gain more votes than you lose. And so the Liberals can't go fully full-throated and go full on like Muslim Brotherhood, sermon, apes and pigs type thing. But they can give a tacit endorsement to these people. They can wink and nod at the anti-Semites. They can throw little hints here and there that, okay, well, I'm not anti-Semitic, I'm anti-Zionist, and do this whole song and dance and soft pedal anti-Semitism, and this can win them votes. So I think they know they're going down in 2025. They're not going to win. And I see this as an investment in the future to go into the anti-Semitic communities that they've created and say, listen, we voted to tell Israel it's bad, right? After Israel was attacked by Hamas, we blamed Israel, guys, all right? Just like you. We blame Israel every time there's a terrorist attack, just like you do. Vote for us. And there's money coming from anti-Semites, there's votes coming from anti-Semites, and that's driving policy. And it's one of those things that a lot of people are too afraid to talk about because if you mention, oh, mass migration might have problems. It's a scary thing to say, and everyone, is afraid of being called racist. But the reality is you import people from countries who over 90% of them hate Jews. Over 90% of those people will hate Jews. And if you have no focus on integrating them, they're not going to integrate. And if you bring them in large amount of numbers to all in the same areas, they're going to get balkanization of society,